After 10 years of content drought? And delays, we have finally escaped crazy Ayeka. Hoyoverse has delivered us with BOOBAs to quench our thirst. And the question to answer in this video is how much how much Yelan is worth to pull if you already got Xingqiu built? To help this question, I have called local boobalogist, Mrs. Mellington.
It is I, Mel Wellington, certified boobologist from Harvard University, and I've come to share my learnings. To answer that question, we'll talk about the advantages and disadvantages for Xingqiu and Yelan. Also at the end we'll provide you the perfect risk comparison for both characters. How about you tell us all about Xingqiu, Mr. Wavington?
Alright, Xingqiu's advantages, so he's a 4-star. We all know that, right? Yes, so accessible constellation, unlike Yelan's armpit. So if you... Okay, stop. What the... And if you can get C2 Xingqiu's, you can even reduce enemies' BOOBAs. Okay, stop it. Enemies' hydro resistance by 15%. And for the weapon options, it's pretty accessible as you can use the Vovonius sword or sacrificial sword. Wait, it's a gacha weapon. Can I even say it's accessible? God dang it, in the name of PP, sacrificial sword doesn't want to come until AR-52. With that said, in my opinion, he's harder to build compared to Yelan as he wants critical rate, critical damage, and energy recharge, and because of that, so many people neglecting his attack stats that hurts him despite having a good ratio. Now, about his skill. He got that quick backflip slash that will slash enemies' BOOBAs. Okay, stop. That will generate 5 particles, and this also will provide extra defense for other party members, which what bring us to the next point. Xingqiu can boost your active character defense and also give them resistance, and at the end of the sword rain duration, your active character will gain that small PP gain, which can be nice in the battle. And that is all for Xingqiu. Report you back to Mel Mellington.
Very nice, kid boy. So Yelan has her own set of advantages and disadvantages. For starters, she is much more difficult to unlock and acquire constellations for, by the virtue of being a 5-star. However, Yelan is easy to build because she has access to great bows like the Favonius bow, Sacrificial bow, the new event bow, and the Elegant and you pulled for it. Her crit ascension also makes it easier to build her artifacts alongside the HP percent scaling on her skills, instead of the usual attack percent. Now let's talk about Yelan's BDSM skill. So her tapping is great because it's quick, and that makes getting energy quick as well. The holding is slower and needs setup, but it does more damage and even some CC by pulling enemies to Yelan at the end of it. Her E also looks like a dodging skill, but there's actually no iframes on it, just super armor to reduce flinching. The super armor has interruption resistance to most attacks, but can be interrupted by strong attacks like from the Law Trolls. And finally, let's look at the best parts of Yelan's kit. Her Q function is similar to Xingqiu, where it just spits out a bunch of Hydro, off-field Hydro, which is amazing for any reaction-based team. Her talents are also amazing because her first talent basically gives her more damage because it grants her more HP percent based on how diverse the team is. And her second talent boosts the damage of the active character, which is beneficial in any team because it's very universal. And that's all for the service level advantages for both characters, and now we will show you a spiral-based gameplay comparison between the two of them. Xingqiu and Yelan will use Saxar and Favonius bow respectively, as both weapons have the same stats while being accessible for everyone, and constellations are C6 and C0. So Mr. Wavington, how about you roll that sweet-ass footage now?
Alright, roll that booba like you never rolled that booba before. Okay, stop. Roll the footage already. Finally, the conclusion. Okay, so stop. Seriously. The conclusion, as you can see from the scales and the burst. Both characters play out very similar to each other, as the rotation almost happened at the same time. However, the difference obviously is in their damage, and also the cube's attack is it's really hard to control that stupid cube. Yes.
The chart attack varies from Hu Tao, but Yelan had higher damage than Xingqiu because her talent gradually increases Hu Tao's damage. But from my experience during multiple runs, the reaction was less consistent in Xingqiu.
In my opinion, this makes Yelan as the side grade to the Xingqiu, and if you're looking quote-unquote second Xingqiu or his doppelganger, then she might be worth it. But, as we are getting close to the next region update, in my opinion, it might be better to say for those, as MiHoYo will slap us with booba in our face unless you swipey with your credit card to get those armpit.
But in reality though, those reasons to pull don't really matter. You are pulling her because you are a horny bastard.